Welcome to Snooze with Sam and the Scottish Fairytale series. Every story is based around one of many mythical Scottish fairy tales, legends, or creatures. Make sure to listen every week. Please subscribe to my channel. Click that notification bell so that you don't miss a story. And please share these stories with your loved ones as well. All of this helps my channel grow. You can also support me by becoming a patron. So lastly, a thank you to all my patrons and fans. Your support means the absolute world. So as always, lie back, take a deep breath, and enjoy this story. This story is called The Legend of Greyfriars Bobby. Edinburgh was an awfully busy place. Full of noise, people, trams, and industry. There was never a dull moment. Every hour of the day this city bustled. Grocers stocked and sold, blacksmiths hammered and forged, tailors sewed and stitched, barkeeps poured and drank. Even through the depths of winter, nothing stopped anyone. It was the 13th of January, 1872. A bitter winter's day strangled Scotland's capital. The night before, a fresh blanket of snow had fallen, covering every cobblestone in the city. Horses strained against the ground, trying their very hardest to haul their payloads despite the frost and ice. Carts weaved and slid through the narrow streets of the town's heart. Merchants doing their best to keep them on the straight and narrow. A sea of black overcoats, stovepipe hats, and long, heavy woolens meandered through the snow, losing their footing every so often. The sky above, although overcast and flecked with snow, was thick with coal smoke. Factories and households alike at full burn in an attempt to keep the cold out. But there was one little fellow who looked on over all of this, for he had only one task for the day. Nestled in Greyfriars Kirk, sitting loyally alongside the gravestone of one John Grey, sat a little Skye Terrier by the name of Bobby. Shaggy, grey, and rather scruffy, Bobby was a hardy little dog, with many admirers and fans throughout Edinburgh and beyond. He was a famous dog. People from all over Scotland had heard of his touching life story. Every single day, Bobby came to the grave of John Grey, once and forevermore his owner and companion. John had moved to Edinburgh in 1850. Unable to find work as a gardener, he avoided the workhouse by joining the Edinburgh police force as a night watchman. To keep him company through the long winter nights, John took on his partner, a diminutive Skye Terrier, his watchdog called Bobby. Together, John and Bobby became a familiar sight, trudging through the old cobbled streets of Edinburgh. Through thick and thin, winter and summer, they were faithful friends. But the years on the streets had taken their toll on John, and on the 15th of February 1858 he passed away from tuberculosis and was buried in Greyfriars Kirkyard. Bobby soon touched the hearts of the local residents, as every day since, Bobby refused to leave his master's grave, even in the worst weather conditions. There was only one time that he would leave. At the 1 p.m. canon, he would leave the graveside for a meal. The local coffee house owner, always ready for his appearance at the sound of the cannon firing from Edinburgh Castle. The merchant would wait in the doorway, scanning the corner of Chamber Street, waiting to see Bobby trot round. And every day, for 14 years without fail, there would be Bobby. His long matted hair covering his eyes, tail wagging happily in anticipation of his daily meal. Once he was finished and had had a wee drink, the owner would pat him on the head, give his belly a wee rub, and Bobby would be on his way again. All the way through the wrought iron gates of the kirk, straight back to his master's gravestone. He would stay here loyally until the same time the following day. The snow began to fall heavily again, sending the streets of Edinburgh into darkness. The lamplighters stumbled out of the pubs, slipping on the frosty cobbles. One by one, the oil street lamps of Edinburgh were lit. A heavy wind picked up, sending snow flurries through every close and corner, howling through every crevasse in the stonework. A storm was coming. The temperature plummeted rapidly, reaching well below freezing. Edinburgh shut down for the night and braced itself. Every person vanished, every door closed. Everyone and everything went inside to shelter. Everyone, that is, except Bobby. He sat at John Gray's gravestone, where he remained all night, like he had done every day and night for 14 years. The following morning, once the storm had blown over, the coffee shop merchant readied his business for the day. Throughout the morning, he served hot beverages to the needy public, relieving them of their chill. Such a speedy morning, so it was, that before he had a chance to check the time, he heard the thunder of the 1 p.m. cannon shot from Edinburgh Castle. Hastily, he fumbled around, preparing Bobby's meal, readying it by the doorway. Here, the owner waited, scanning the corner of Chamber Street. Waiting to see Bobby trot round. Every day for 14 years, Bobby would be there. The merchant waited and waited. It was the 14th of January, 1872. It was on this day that Greyfriars Bobby no longer left his master's side.